Try to keep control of the brush, zone the enemy, and look for all-in opportunities. If Tahm Kench uses his Q on an enemy with 3 stacks of acquired taste, his Q stuns them for a couple of seconds. A few tips on what to look out for about your opponent. After hitting 2 Qs, the following Q releases a tornado, which gives a knockup and has increased range.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
My diet is expansively unique.
When your grasp stack is full, you can refresh it by attacking minions.
Minions have spawned.
All creation is born.
You have a slight advantage in the early game. You may want to think about leveraging this over your opponent.
Nothing escapes hunger.
Your opponent is playing Conqueror. Watch out for longer trades. They'll be strong in them. Ignite is awesome for trading, since it has a base cooldown of only 3 minutes, so don't be shy to use it whenever you need to.
Gluttony is impossible. Anything of depth is deceitful.
An ally has been slain.
Got him! Now don't let him recover.
I will consume all.
It's possible an enemy jungler could come check on you. Hey, I'd place wards if I were you.
An enemy has been slain.
Now we shall bloodrise.
If your lane opponent is missing, ping it before your team ends up wrecked. The bar below your opponent's health bar is their passive or charge ability, and keeping an eye on it may save you from a nasty surprise. Have you noticed that an enemy has used a summoner spell? Ping it in the chat, and then try to remember it. Good support will also write it down and remind you.
An enemy has been slain.
The dragon is on its way. Try to prepare for it, either with vision or wave control.
A feast awaits.
Mid is not just a short lane, it also has a lot of access routes. A smart move is to watch out for ganks, keep your vision, and play towards that side.
All the world's a river, and I'm its king.
An ally has been slain.
Might be savory.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
What time is it? It's dragon o'clock.
I shall return to this establishment.
The turrets have lost their initial shield, so you can take the plates.
No true hunger can be abated.
Don't forget about control wards. They're not only useful for gaining vision, but you can also use them to destroy enemy wards. Want to make good game decisions? Try checking your minimap.
From suffering, my banquet is born.
Here are a few tips against your opponent at level 6. Yasuo can only use his ult on targets that are up in the air, so he needs to be on his toes.
An ally has been slain.
Level 6 changes some things. More tips coming. Tahm Kench can eat both enemies and allies. He gives allies a shield for a few seconds instead of dealing damage.
We all gormandize from time to time.
The Rift Herald will be here soon. Try to get your lane ready so you can help the jungler if you need to.
Everyone ends down virtually.
Sneaky, sneaky. The enemy team has a champion with invisibility. Think about using tools like vision wards and red trinkets to spoil their fun.
Is that an attack or an hors d'oeuvre? An enticing culinary prospect.
Herald's up, and he's already salivating at the plates.
An ally has been slain.
Your opponents have an ultimate on their team with a very long to global range. This allows them to outnumber you or get long-range help.
An ally has been slain.
Let us eat voraciously and overindulge.
An ally has been slain.
All shall drown in my passion.
Remember that Yasuo isn't just a strong dueling laner with a cool sword. He can also wind wall all of your well-aimed skill shots with his W. Why don't you check your minimap every few seconds? You'll die less. Trust me.
I have tastes that aren't easily pacified.
Keep an eye on your farm so the enemy doesn't start a snowball.
A depth of flavor is what I call of it.
There are plates on the towers, and you still have a herald. Use her to get the gold before the plates fall. Try warding more. Not only will you avoid ganks better, but you'll help your teammates.
An ally has been slain.
The only way to send is to deny.
If you've got nothing going on, you can try to take a jungle camp when your jungler isn't looking. Can't say no to some extra gold. Good job sticking together. You stuck it to them.
Expansively unique. All creation is born, famished, and starving.
Who wants a dragon buff? How about a dragon soul? So what are you waiting for? The Drake awaits. Forcing your opponent to back off and picking up the plates before they fall can benefit your team a lot. You may even try to call your jungler. You can get the blue trinket if you need to. It can make the difference. Your gold is clinking, and your enemies are gonna hear it. Don't you want to recall so they don't gang up on you? Your team is on a rampage. Gas them up.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down.
Regrettably, I must retire in order to find a digestion. I refuse to succumb to culinary degradation.
An enemy has been slain.
Anything of damn is deceitful. Now we shall
Your
gluttonize.
team has
Your bot
destroyed
lane
a
got the
turret.
tower. Maybe they could grab some more plates in the mid if you swap with them in time.
Another meal.
Nice juke! They're looking for their underwear. Only 75 gold per ward? That's a good deal. What about buying it?
An enemy has been slain.
That was nice help. Maybe you could spread that help out amongst your whole team. We're missing a first-tier turret in the top lane. Be careful. Their top might be roaming.
I shall return to this establishment shortly.
Shut down.
Your teammates are proving their worth, one kill at a time. Watch out for your opponent Ezreal, who has a global AoE damage ultimate that can grant him sight as well.
Killing spree. Shut down.
A few tips about your champ. Your main task is to save your carries in the fight. Protect them with your life. Tahm Kench is a tank that won't be killed by just anyone. In fights, he can eat the enemy, or even his teammate with his ultimate, and then take them back to safety with his W. From time to time, check what your opponent is buying to get a better idea of their current strengths. Nice! The center tower is gone. It might be a good opportunity to set up deep vision, roams, or maybe catch your opponents. Here are some tips about your opponent that might come in handy. Yasuo plays slowly this fight and tries to ult as many players as possible. If he gets on the enemy carry, he can simply kill him. He saves his wall against key spells that could lock him down. You got your lights put out, but don't panic. You've got your respawn timer to focus up and plan your next move.
Double kill. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Things are pretty even right now, but they won't be if you go slay that dragon waiting in the pit.
Everyone ends down.
Your team has more AD damage than AP. If the enemy builds armor, it could slow down your offensive capabilities. However, building armor penetration may help negate that. The enemy team has a lot of AD on their comp. Building armor might help to blunt their blades and take the edge off the damage. Go sit down, punk! Sweet kill. Keep it up!
Shut down.
As team fight time approaches, think about who's the biggest threat on the enemy team and who you want to turn your focus on.
Is the seasoning.
Wow, time flies when you're having fun. It's almost Baron time. See if you can't have some vision on the pit before it's too late.
Misery has a delivery.
Sounds like Baron is here. If you want to make a play on his pit, think about where the enemy could be spying on you with wards. Think about recalling. You can buy a lot of good help with all of your gold. Don't be a cheapskate and go spend it.
True appetite never wanes.
Triple kill.
Not fed yet? Try gobbling some more creeps to keep up in late game.
The only real sin is to deny a craving. I prefer to know when my next move approaches.
Both teams have a good balance of AoE and single target spells. Positioning, targeting, and skill will all play a role in teamfights.
My diet is expensively unique.
The enemy team has lots of single target damage potential. Think about how you can avoid getting singled out through effective vision.
I refuse to succumb to culinary degradation.
Your team is the most effective in 5v5 when you all have your ultimates up. Think about using pings and other communication tools when you're ready to scrap. The enemy have a couple of particularly spicy teamfight ults. It could be worth timing their cooldowns if you want to try a 5v5.
An enemy has been slain.
Anything of death is deceitful.
You have cooked up a total ARAM comp in this game. Consider how you can cause 5v5 fights whenever possible. Maybe neutral objectives can help you with that? The Drake is in the pit, but the jungler's nowhere to be seen. If you move carefully, you can get closer to the Dragon Soul without a scratch.
Every heart has its own. From suffering, my banquet is born.
You want to make sure there's no comeback? Then start warding hard. Sometimes being a control freak is a good thing.
Appetite focused.
Baron's still alive and kicking? Now's your chance to grab his buff and destroy everything in your path. You may not be doing the best farming, but with the way things are going, you might get away with it this time. Your team can smash through minions. This will be handy when you are pushing lanes or defending against the siege. Even the best have to die sometimes. That's the deal. The important thing is that you can win easily. Think about the biggest threat on the enemy team. What key spells do they have that can mess up your plans and put you in danger?
Everyone ends downriver, eventually.
Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Let us eat voraciously and
I hate surprises, don't you? That's why I love to stare at the minimap as much as possible. Your champ's power is greatest when you're around the team creating space for them. It might even be advantageous to drop some side waves.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
Don't forget to monitor the availability of your ultimates. It can have a big impact on the fight. And of course, also keep track of when the enemies use theirs.
Delectable taste.
The dragon is here. Let's go for it and leave them soulless. You just smacked that guy into last season. Keep going. Don't stop until you crush the Nexus.
Dominating.
The only real sin is to deny a craving. Regrettably, I must retire in order to find a
Your
digest.
team has destroyed a turret.
With stronger vision, your enemy won't have a single chance to get back in the game.
My diet is expansively unique.
Your team has destroyed
Great
an
job!
inhibitor.
Now you can focus on the remaining lanes and neutral objectives.
Shut down.
If you weren't winning so brutally, I'd remind you that your farm should be better. But I guess it doesn't matter now.
All creation is born, fast, and starved.
An enemy has been slain.
Nothing escapes hunger.
An enemy has been slain.
Refuse to succumb to culinary degradation. Gluttony is impossible.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Well played. If you go for more inhibitors or neutral objectives, you'll keep the pressure up.
Every heart has its own hunger. All the world's a river, and I'm its king. I shall return to this establishment shortly. No true hunger can be abated.
It's quite late in the game. Maybe invest in a big potion. It could swing the battle in your favor.
Appetite focus. We all gormandize from time to time. To covet is to starve.
A dragon has just spawned. Get in there and fight, or they get his soul.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Voraciously
Shut down.
overindulge.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain.
All shall drown in my magnificence.
It's gonna happen. Just don't get used to it, and go for it while you're crushing them.
Double kill.
Has a delectable taste.
Baron never had a chance against you. With this buff, you and your nearby minions are way stronger. So feel free to push and start decimating their
The
structures.
flavor is what I.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Perfect! Now you have super minions. What to do now so you don't let the pressure off? More inhibitors or neutral objectives?
Unstoppable.
My diet is expensive.
Choo-choo! All aboard the pain train! Next stop, enemy nexus. Yeah! You took down the inhib. Now try to use that momentum to push other lanes or get another objective. That's what I'm talking about, mate. Nice work.